Hi guys, welcome to A to Z United. This is Anand here and I'm joined by Ankit. Ankit, thank you so much for joining, brother. It's great to see you here. And in this video, we are going to discuss one of the hottest topics related to Manchester United, which is nothing but regarding Paul Pogba. And the question that I'm going to ask you is, should Manchester United let Paul Pogba leave? Viewers, please let us know in the comments what are your thoughts regarding this particular topic, as we would like to know, what United fans in general are also thinking about the same. And so, Ankit, as far as Paul Pogba is concerned, Jose Mourinho, of course, brought him into the team in 2014, I suppose. So it's been almost like 5 years that Paul Pogba is with Manchester United, and I think his transfer at that time was a world record transfer fee. And his performances, though, have always been in and out. He's been sometimes injured, but I think the big issue regarding Paul Pogba is with his agent Mino Raiola. And for all the viewers who haven't been accustomed to what's been happened right now, Mino Raiola recently said in his press conference in Italy, saying that Paul Pogba is unhappy, in Manchester United, and he would like to leave this particular club. And so these are basically certain deceitful tactics that he's using in order to raise Paul Pogba's market value and get him to a good transfer as well, which is of course pretty negative. And these comments came just before our must win crucial game against RP Leipzig, which is also pretty which was not good as well. And then we went on to lose that game. So I think there's so much of negativity brooding around, and based on his performances and the antics that is going across, with his agent and stuff. Ankit, brother, what do you think? Should Manchester United let Paul Pogba leave?
Uh, Before we move on to make a decision about he should leave or not, just let's analyze what the situation is. Paul Scholes, in his interview, rightly said that Paul Pogba needs to sack his agent or at least tell him to shut up. As you said, his agent went on an interview and said Paul Pogba wants to leave Manchester United before a must-win game or a crucial game against RB Leipzig. I think that was not called for at all, and Paul Pogba should get a hold of his agent and tell him that okay, we want to leave, but we will do it in a smooth way. We cannot go every international break hearing Paul Pogba say that okay, I want to leave this club. I'm happy playing for France. There is a different scenario here. With the United, it's different. So we do not want to hear, as fans also, we don't want to hear such comment from one of the players that we really rate. So yes, and now his agent has just yesterday has said that the move in January transfer window is very unlikely, and his move to any other club might happen in the summer. So I don't understand, and it baffles me again as to why these comments were made last week, considering that we had a huge week in terms of the matches against RB Leipzig and then against City. So this comments was uncalled for. Analyzing Paul Pogba's situation and his gameplay, I'll segregate this section into two halves. First, we'll look into the positives. When Paul Pogba came in under Mourinho, I think the first couple of seasons, I think he was brilliant. He was the player to watch for, same as Bruno Fernandes is for now United. Uh, he played really well against Mourinho because he was playing further up the pitch. Mourinho gave him the free role to play, and he played as a number 10. And every time we used to hear okay, sign that player to free Pogba. But now it has come to that point that now we are not dependent on Paul Pogba as we used to have earlier, because now we have Bruno Fernandes who can create on his own. I'm not taking any limelight away from Paul Pogba. I'm not taking his contributions away, but when it comes to impacting the game, I think he's lacking in that aspect, whereas Bruno Fernandes has outshone him in every department in the last 8 to 9 months that he has come in. Uh, we are just talking about the positives of Paul Pogba. I think on his day, he is one of the best midfielders in the world. There is no doubt about it. And if he leaves Manchester United to any other club, I'll be happy to see his gameplay because he has the ability, he has the skills. The only thing is mindset and consistency that we all talk about. If Paul Pogba gets the right mentality in his head and gets consistency in his game, I think he will be one of the greatest midfielders of all time. I think he has all the capabilities. It's just about the mindset. Yeah. And yeah, I think if he leaves, I'll not be worried, I'll not be shocked, because now the team is not dependent. As I said, it is not dependent on one individual player. Yes, he can influence game, but in big games, in matches where we need that mentality, I still do not think he has that. And if he improves that, I'll welcome him to stay. But if he wants to leave, I think he can leave straight away. There should be no fuss about it. There should be no controversies, because he is involved in many controversies when he signed, the day has signed for Manchester United. So I hope that and this ends well. If he wants to go, he can leave in the January transfer window or summer. I'll be more than happy. So yeah, he can leave. It's his own choice.
Yes, Ankit. I mean, some good points actually put. And, as you mentioned, I think about a few seasons ago, we were really lacking depth in the midfield department. But
Yeah,
right now we have Matic, Fred, and McTominay, the workhorses in the particular midfield. We also have Bruno Fernandes, who's the creative outlet. And of course, we also have the new incoming Donny van de Beek, who himself is not
played
getting
game.
much game there.
Yeah.
Correct. So I think the dependency of Paul Pogba has become minimal. But that being said, again, as you mentioned, that Paul Pogba has the potential to be one of the greatest midfielders, not only in Manchester United but in this particular generation.
Yeah.
If he delivers, and I think because of his agent, there's a lot of toxicity going on into his mind. It's just not clean enough. Sir Alex Ferguson had this particular problem. He also mentioned that Paul Pogba does not want to fight for his place. Each and every player has to fight for his opportunities, and he does not have that attitude.
100%.
So,
Yeah.
Paul Pogba, his mentality himself, and right now these days, as you see, right, players are more towards, they're more influenced using this glamour, in the social media and stuff. So that's where Paul Pogba, even Jesse Lingard, they make headlines for all the wrong reasons. They're not there, in it for. And by the way, even Jesse Lingard and Paul Pogba share the same agent. So I think even the agent is a big issue here because he's trying to milk each and every opportunity regarding Paul Pogba. He knows that there's so Paul Pogba for him has been a very big client. For Mino Raiola, as a broker for him, he's been a big client. He's made about 25 to 30 million euros also with Paul Pogba. So I think to sum it up, I would say, as Paul Scholes rightly mentioned, that Paul Pogba must either ask his agent to shut up or sack him, as that I've mentioned. But here's the thing, Ankit. With Paul Pogba, if you look at a different angle, of course, that's what I think. How Manchester United, the club is right now. No player is bigger than the club. That's how the generation, that's how the history has been, and rightly so for all the right reasons. I think United should also be not looking to further his contract. But if you look at the game against RB Leipzig, uh, do we need a player like Pogba? So, for example, if Bruno Fernandes is unable to play well, does he require a player like Pogba to be from behind, start influencing the game, remove the pressure? We haven't, of course, seen Donny van de Beek, but what are your thoughts on the same? Do we need Paul? I mean, do we need to keep Paul Pogba for such reasons as well,
I
or
don't
do we
think we
need a
need
player
Paul
like,
Pogba.
yeah, or do we need
we
a player
need
like him?
we need a player of Paul Pogba's ability, not his mentality. Because if he thinks that he is greater than the club, I think then he can leave. Because as I said, I don't want to see on every international break him saying that I am open to new challenges, or I want to move to this club. Real Madrid is like a dream club to me. I don't want to hear all this garbage. So yes, we need Paul Pogba. I think if he plays in that midfield in the correct position, to be very honest, him playing as a number six or a deep lying midfielder or a defensive midfielder is not his position. Because if you have looked Paul Pogba's career, even at Juventus or at Manchester United, he is effective when he plays further up the pitch. So if you're talking about the RB Leipzig game, where did he play? He played further up the pitch, right? And
Yes, 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 yes.
that is the reason he was able to influence the game. He got that header, the second that the goal that we scored, the penalty that Greenwood got was due to because of him. And then again, there was a cross which nearly was an own goal, deflected own goal. So this is the reason. Yeah, he is an influential player. and he has to play further up the pitch, and that is where I think he has been mismanaged and misused in the wrong positions. If he is played in the right position as a number 8 or as a number 10, I think he can be a more effective player and can get more starts in this United lineup. And just because our tactics are not are very defensive, just to cover our center backs, we play two defensive midfielders, and that is the reason Paul Pogba's position is. Uh, that is the reason
Mm-hmm.
Paul Pogba doesn't play in that position, because he's not a defensive midfielder. He's a box-to-box attacking midfielder, and when it comes down to the defensive aspect of the game, I think he's not brilliant. We all have seen this, and we have seen this consistently. So if he is played in the right position and if he is given more game time, I think he can be a very decent player for us. He is now, but he can improve. And just about the mentality, if he improves the mentality, then I think he can stay at United. If he wants to leave, just leave. It doesn't matter, because no player is bigger than the club.
Correct, Ankit, correct. And also to add a few other points as well. I think what Paul Pogba should be doing right now is, he should just keep his head down. Currently, he's been employed by Manchester United, so he should give his all at Manchester United. If he gets a contract, well and good. If he does not get a contract, then of course we can discuss about moving on to a new club, so and so, for example. I think the best example I can give regarding that would be Ander Herrera, who was extremely professional with the approach. He was waiting for a new contract. The club did not give him one, and it was too late. And then he decided to move on. And then he, of course, told the club saying that, but everything was happening in the back doors. There was no fuss about it in the newspapers as well. And so this does not help Paul Pogba.
Yeah, and
And
that's the way it should happen. That's the way it should happen. It should be very professional, not making controversies. As I said, Paul Pogba has been involved in many controversies since he has joined Manchester United. May it be him being more active on Instagram and not giving 100% on the field. Most of our ex-players have criticized him and are still now criticizing him. May it be Roy Keane, Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, you name it. Most of our ex-players do not rate him and have always criticized him. So it's now up to him if he wants to take this challenge ahead and be with Manchester United, or he can switch clubs and go in the summer break. The only
Mhm.
thing that I do not trust this club is if he let go of Paul Pogba now, even in the January transfer window, there is no assurance that we can sign a player of his stature. Yeah, we
Mhm.
I we gave away Lukaku for like 70 to 80 million, but have we replaced him? No,
No,
we
not
just replaced him with Cavani on a free transfer deal. So
really.
that is the only reason this is the only thing that is in the back of my mind is, if we let Paul Pogba go, whom are we replacing him with? If we have the right replacement, he can go in the January transfer window as well. Because if you do not want to play for this club, you might as well as go. Yeah, but the only thing is, do we have the replacement lineup, or do we have the correct replacement? And that is the only thing that bothers me.
Yes, correct. I think we need a player, somebody like Marco Verratti or maybe Joe Allen, to kind of put in the defensive work and also be really involved in the attacking threat as well. But absolutely, I think that's true, Ankit. The other sad part is, Paul Pogba has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. During his time in France, with his agent who is basically going behind his back and speaking all this kind of nonsense on, giving such type of interviews, and the kind of season that Manchester United is currently going through, the kind of inconsistent, the inconsistencies in the performances, a lot of, I mean, where is Paul Pogba in all of this, right? Where is Paul Pogba? Where Bruno Fernandes is always there. People say that he's trying his best. Marcus Rashford is being spoken of always.
Yeah,
They speak about the defense, but where is Paul Pogba? That's where he should be. In the midst of
yeah,
all this, where is his performances and stuff? And but I think you know as I said again, he's been making headlines for all the wrong reasons and not the reasons for why he should be there on the pitch. Everything should be on the
correct,
pitch
correct.
over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So I think that's true, Ankit. So a lot of good points put. And
So
anything
his
else that you?
possible,
Yeah.
his possible dream destination will be Juventus, because Juventus are seriously interested in signing him back. And there was a post earlier, I think a couple of months back, where there was an possible swap deal for Paul Pogba and Ronaldo. I think that is just utter nonsense. I don't think Ronaldo will certainly come back to Old Trafford, especially in this mess. There was also a link with Paul Pogba swap with maybe Dybala or Dillit or one of their defenders. So
Mhm.
do you think that Ronaldo might come back to United, or a possible swap deal with Dybala or maybe Dillit is possible, or is just all nonsense?
I mean, it's difficult. It's really difficult to tell. The papers can just, put out. They can just link two players and they can sell their newspapers. That's why they're. That's what they do. But I don't see, a major possibility in that happening. But again, that being said, never say never. You might not know. Maybe Ronaldo might come at the fag end of his career. Let's say, when he's like 39 or 40 years old. But yeah, it's difficult.
I don't think so. What should Ronaldo come here and expect? Hey, Scott McTominay passing the ball to him.
No, it's difficult. But someone like, let's say, for example, the way Thierry Henry did, right? He kind of came at the fag end of his career at
Yeah, but Arsenal was
Arsenal.
still very good under Arsene Wenger at that time.
They were
But
still
here, I don't
challenging.
think so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Correct, correct. Even though they were making top four every season, you could always say that they were still
They were in the
challenging for the
contention. They
title.
were in the mix. Yeah.
Correct, correct. They were always said. So I think that's true, Ankit. A lot of good points put. So viewers, as mentioned, please do let us know what are your thoughts on this particular topic. Should Paul Pogba leave, or should Manchester United let him go? What are your thoughts on the same? Please do let us know. And also, please do like, comment, share and subscribe to our channel. Please follow. Please, hit the bell icon to get regular notifications on our channel as well. And we'll be putting out much more interesting content. And I think Ankit and I, we were also discussing, and what we also saying is, I think if you can get us to 50 subscribers, so we are currently sitting at 36, Ankit, as we are making this video. If you can get us to 50 subscribers, we'll get one of you guys onto our channel as well. We'll invite one of you people and, to discuss A to Z topics regarding Manchester United. So thank you, Ankit, for also connecting, and thank you, viewers, for watching the same. See you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.